Well, those two good call-outs for for the 420 week. A couple Super Troopers, top 10 list of 420 movies, 420 friendly movies for this week. We got Chelsea Handler coming up on the show, 8:55. That's not long.
I'm excited.
I know you're excited. You've been talking about this for a couple days.
I love her. I've read her books. I listen to her podcast. I've seen all of her stand-up. I'm going to see her on Friday at the factory. I love her. I've gotten to meet her, Stiefel, during the pandemic when we had to wear masks for the meet and greet.
Very cool.
You took a picture of her holding
enjoy
clam
her
chowder?
so much. I did. I took a picture of her clam chowder, I do.
I'm interested because, she had that show where they were, doing drugs or something like that with Josh Wolf.
Was that okay? So it was the documentary of her going and doing ayahuasca?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I know that, they're, best buddies, right? And coincidentally, Josh Wolf is also in town this weekend.
What?
Isn't that
Maybe
weird?
he'll pop up?
Well, I'm thinking, do they do this on purpose, just to kind of hang out?
You need to ask her that. I don't know much about Josh Wolf, but...
Well, he's been on the show
her.
a couple times. He's been on the show one or two fewer times than he was supposed to because he didn't show up or he was late or something.
He also missed the cruise I was on.
Oh,
he did?
He has time blindness.
He missed
I'm starting to think Josh Wolf's got a habitual habit here. I'm going to take it up with him.
He's funny.
He was sick.
Oh, okay.
He was supposed to go on a Tammy cruise with us, and he was sick. And then he's like, but I'm going to try to get better, and I'm going to try to meet you guys at the first port. And we're like, there is no port, dog. It's a 3-day cruise.
Right,
we go
right.
one place, and we're back. The port you're meeting us at is the one when we get back.
Right.
He goes, oh, well, I'll see you on the next one.
Dude, he's so funny. He is funny.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's loosey goosey, but she seems like a lot of fun, and she seems like pretty much the exact person that she presents herself on every interview. So we'll see what we get. We got it for a couple minutes, and we'll talk about that show coming up in just a little bit. But I too am excited. And listen, we are aware that our YouTube feed did drop out, but it's back up on the Rizz Show YouTube on the Bud Light studio cams. But right now, it's time to do this.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
The news is sponsored by
STL Windows and Doors, the installers other installers trust.
All right, I printed off this picture so I could show you guys and the studio cams. In Anderson, Indiana, a resident named Erica Brown encountered an unusual situation while renewing her driver's license when officials flagged her for potential fraud. Now, we know that everybody's got the technology now where your facial recognition and your photos are on file.
Yes.
During a meeting with an investigator, Brown viewed a side-by-side photo comparison showing her image alongside another woman of identical age registered at a different Indiana address, and the resemblance was remarkable.
Wow.
Look at these two women. I mean, even their noses are identical.
Oh, yeah, they look very similar.
I mean, I would think that this is a fraud case as well. There's ever so slightly a difference in their eyes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I can see why facial recognition software would flag this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, what are the odds that we look so similar, live in the same place, and have never crossed paths? That's what she told the news. She says, I'm an only child, so nobody ever really looks like me. Seeing somebody who looks that much like me is really strange and bizarre. She was totally freaked out. Now she's sharing her experience on TikTok and saying, help me find my doppelganger. The DMV handles about 500 similar cases like this annually of mixed up faces because people can look so similar.
Dang.
I'm dealing with the fraud issue right now.
Not
from facial recognition.
Okay, from what's going on?
I found out over last weekend, my name and my email address, my personal email address, are being used for a utilities account in Texas. And so I had to,
but are they?
Well, and then so I had to follow up, and I called the company. It's a real company, and I talked to them yesterday, and they were like, "We're closing down that account," blah blah blah. Then last night, new utilities company in Texas popped up again, and I researched it, and I filed a case with the FTC because I guess what these fraudsters will do is they will use your name and your email, and they will start with utility companies because I guess it's super easy to sign on and create a residence with a bill that they can use to get access to open a loan and do other things with an actual utility bill.
Yeah.
It's a freaking mess.
So
be aware of that because I'm in the beginning stages of it.
How did they let you know?
Well, I got an email to my email. It was like, hey, thanks for opening a new account, Lauren Elwell. And I'm like, what? And then so went down that rabbit hole with them.
I don't need gas in Texas.
I'm like, I don't live in Texas. And I thought it was Rafe
Texas.
in Austin opening up an apartment.
Was it? Could have been.
Yeah.
Honest question.
Did I try to buy into a Terry Blacks and need to prove Texas residency?
Did
Maybe.
you? I knew it.
Who's trying to buy a truck right now?
That's right. You know what? I'm not paying for
What
it.
better place to get a truck than Texas?
Yeah, buddy.
Right.
So anyway, be careful out
This is
there.
my Elwell mobile.
Well, Scott, you might be interested in this. The Gangotri Temple in India now mandates that all visitors consume panchgavya. It's a mixture containing milk, curd, ghee, honey, and cow urine.
Oh yeah.
You
I
have
am
to
interested.
drink it now before going into the temple.
I'll be honest, cow urine is like the third worst thing on that list.
Oh, well, they said the requirement is aiming to keep out non-believers from the Gangotri Temple.
I'll do it.
They said that true believers will have no problem in consuming this, while those entering in disguise with no faith in the religion will have a serious problem. They say no pilgrims have objected so far. The policy begins at the annual Char Dham Yatra pilgrimage that started Sunday, drawing millions to 4 Himalayan temples, including this particular temple. And last year, these 4 temples received 5.1 million visitors combined.
Wow.
That's a lot of people drinking cow pee-pee.
That's amazing. Is there do they have a vegan option though or something?
I
A
don't
little
think
lighter?
so. Looking for a new treasure hunt? We're always on a treasure hunt.
Yes, I am.
There's a coin store that's going to hide 10 rare coins worth about 50 grand all throughout San Francisco this Saturday.
Okay.
So get out there. It's a citywide treasure hunt. The local shop is going to post hourly clues starting at 7 a.m. on their Instagram at WITTERCOIN, WITTERCOIN, to guide participants to public locations. Now, the owner said the event honors the city's gold rush heritage with an 1851 California gold rush era coin valued at $25,000 as the top prize. So there's a $25,000 coin out there.
That's awesome.
Quote, this city was built around the pursuit of gold. We wanted to create something that brings that spirit back. This does mark the 3rd consecutive year that they've done this hunt. The first time it was they did about $10,000 worth of coins in 2024. Last year they did $25,000, and this year $50,000. The timing coincides with National Coin Week, which ends on Saturday. They expect thousands to participate, telling the paper there that I just want people to have a good time.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that the guy that always strums the guitar downtown San Francisco there that has his case open and there's coins in there. That's where they're hiding them. So
What?
if you see a guy playing guitar, grab those coins. There's probably
Good
in
to
that
know.
case. Yeah.
Nearly half of U.S. adults, 49%, now say that they mostly get news because they just happen to come across it, not because they actively seek it out anymore. According to a new Pew Research Center survey of over 3,500 Americans, this is a significant increase from 39% in 2019. So Americans are more likely now to encounter humor and opinions about news by chance. 66% see funny posts and 64% encounter opinions this way. By contrast, only 31% get in-depth information by chance, while 38% stumble upon up-to-date news. So younger adults are much more likely than older people to get news accidentally. But that's how it's happening. College graduates are more likely to actively seek deep dives in current information than those without degrees. But they're saying the majority of people now are getting their news just because of whatever algorithm's thrown at them.
Really?
So that's
important.
It's a big change. Swedish researchers found cocaine traces in rivers and lakes can accumulate in salmon brains and really disrupt their behavior. You don't say. Swedish fish are all coked up.
What?
Yeah, they'll swim backwards and jump off the little waterfalls.
So they took Atlantic salmon to environmental levels of cocaine and its main breakdown product, the benzoglyconine. And the drug-exposed fish swam, guess what?
What?
Significantly farther and dispersed more widely across the lakes compared to control groups. Now, fish exposed to cocaine swam 5 kilometers further than the controls, and those exposed to the metabolites swam nearly 14 kilometers more during the final 2 weeks of a 2-month study. So they're saying that these substances are going to affect where fish go, what they eat, and their vulnerability to predators, potentially forcing them to burn more energy or face increased risks while foraging. So
Now they're hooked.
This is the thing. Cocaine sharks, cocaine bears.
I don't think we need to be studying cocaine's effect on salmon. I mean, just look at the MLB, right? I mean, we knew that it would make people better physically with their game no matter what. I don't think we need to be, giving salmon Coke.
I don't know, man. Apparently it's happening fairly naturally. Whatever this breakdown product is finding itself into
The water.
all sorts of things. Yeah.
Ugh.
And think about, remember that.
You know what we should do, man? We should swim upstream, dude.
Having babies up there.
Keep going, keep going,
We
keep
don't swim
going.
upstream for like 2 more months. We're going to get there early, man.
Don't you remember they said that there was a bunch of sharks that were exposed
Plus,
to
if
it
you
because of
give
a boat
salmon
sank?
cocaine, you're giving bears cocaine.
That's
The
right.
bear's
because
gonna
they
get
eat
in the bear.
salmon. Good
That's
point.
how
Now we
have
got
the person.
cocaine bears all over the place.
It's an epidemic.
Dangerous.
You guys are gonna love this. Rafe, this is right up your alley. They say the armed forces can turn boys into men. It doesn't mean that it happens immediately, though, because Finland's Air Force admitted that several cadets, on a recent training flight, were using their flight patterns to create the shapes of male genitalia.
Well,
Oh, that's
As they're
awesome.
drawing wieners in the sky.
that's a universal fun for kids and adults.
That's right. You couldn't actually see the twig and berries as contrails in the sky from the ground, but they popped up on the flight radar tracking service that documents the routes of the airline or the aircraft. And man, one guy, he probably painted 3 or 4 before he came down. It was pretty spectacular. And we're not talking about
Great.
just the wang. We're talking about the whole
I
thing.
know a lot of
Wow.
people that do that on Strava. Like they'll make because Strava's like when you run,
Yeah.
you can make your path. I know a lot of people that there's like a whole group of dedicated. There's like Dong Strava where everybody just runs in a dong pattern.
That's
Dong
exactly
Strava
what they
sounds
did.
like a great French dish that I
It
would
does.
eat.
Man, yes, it is.
You know what? I'll take the Dong Strava.
Excuse me, is there onions in the Dong Strava?
Oh, actually, tonight there isn't. It's a
No?
it's a vegetarian one, but it's just spinach.
I'll
Thank
have
you,
that.
Andre.
Oh, one for the sir, please.
Thank you, Andre. Oh, 2 dong Stravas.
Dong Strava for the table.
Oh, yes, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Would you like that before the salad?
Yes, please, always before the salad.
At least 4 planes, by the way, were doing this, and they got caught.
Also sounds like a cult leader,
Dong Strava. Yes.
doesn't it? If you're
And he's wearing a
I follow the
samurai
teachings of
ward.
Dong Strava.
He's going to make you drink cow urine, too.
Dong Strava has blessed me this morning.
A substitute teacher at a high school in Florida has been arrested after she was caught acting erratically and twerking in the classroom.
That isn't acting erratic.
That's
Don't you
being
people
a
have any
substitute
moves?
teacher, dude. You have to make the kids think you're cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, what kind of fun is subbing if you can't erratically twerk? Here is
I'll never forget a substitute teacher that came in to my social studies class, subbing for Mr. Davis, and he's like, this was his opener. You guys ever heard of ZZ Top?
oh my god.
Hell yeah.
I was like, yeah, brother. And he's like, went to the concert last night. You want to hear about it?
Yes.
And that was his like icebreaker with the class.
Rock Band.
Love it.
Well, here's this gal. She wasn't just twerking; she also was screaming and referred to herself as a $1 million prostitute. Here's the
Okay.
sub.
Okay.
So this has
to become an escort prostitute, and I said no.
All right.
You know,
She said
gives
she
me
said
hope.
no.
Yeah.
This gives me hope that I too could be a substitute teacher one day. Like
You'd be the best.
I would love to do it. Honestly,
so fun.
any teachers out there that want me to be their like go-to, like their beck and call substitute, hit me up because I got like 4 or 5 vacation days to burn at random, and I will for you.
Give me
I would
the-
love to do it.
Well, speaking of high school, a few students from a Kansas high school rode to prom in style. Did you guys see this video?
That'd actually be a
No.
good show punishment.
What's that? Being a substitute?
You have to
Oh,
go.
it'd be
You have
the
to sign up
coolest.
to be a substitute teacher for like
Middle schoolers.
1 week or something like that.
All you got to do is make sure 21 kids don't do anything they're not supposed to.
Oh, I'll definitely show a
Yo,
movie.
hang out. Yeah, you
Oh, yeah.
you wheel the TV in.
They're like, lady, we haven't seen one of those in 50 years.
We're gonna watch Rescue Rangers.
I'm gonna get the dude, I'm gonna live out my entire dream. I'm gonna have the clear paper I'm gonna bring in the vintage projector that I'm gonna find at some sort of Big Bend antique mall.
Yep.
And I'm gonna do a throwback, no phones.
Fern Gully.
I'm gonna dress like the teacher from Clueless, where she's got a runner in her stocking and her lipstick's on her teeth. Let's go.
Are you gonna sit on the desk in front of everyone, like real cool?
I am.
You gotta hop up on the desk and just be
A
real.
lot of
cool.
substitute teachers turn their chair around backwards. I'm
Like
gonna turn
AC
my whole
Slater?
desk around backwards.
Yes. AC
That'll get their
Slater.
attention.
That would be
Up
fun.
is down, left is right. Cats are loving dogs. Who wants to party? Let's learn about sex ed today. Sir, this is algebra. Not today.
All right. Well, have you guys seen how these Kansas kids got to prom? This video's
No,
going
yes, I did. I did see
the
this.
freaking Oscar
Yes.
Wienermobile.
Let's go.
Do that.
Dude, how genius, right?
Whose
is not
dad owned
fair.
that wiener?
So there's a student, and they talk about this every year. What happens? We always get the call out from the Oscar Mayer people.
Trying to hire people.
They're hiring fun-loving people that are going to drive around the Wienermobile all over the country and do marketing stunts and do different things. I think it pays. Whistles. It pays all right. It's like 40, 50 grand.
Yeah.
To go be a Wiener rep.
And I've aged out, evidently.
Yep.
Well,
you have.
here is the student Brecken Andrews and driver Maggie Dawson talking about taking the Wienermobile to prom. Take note, guys. Take note.
One of my buddies was like, can we rent this thing? And I was like, bro, what if we just ask about prom?
Right.
What if they take us? It's tomorrow. That'd be insane.
Yeah. It was a little light bulb. And we were like, well, what time is prom? And from there, we checked our schedule and we were able to make it happen. Hearing about prom, I mean, I have such special memories, with my high school experience with my prom, and knowing that we could add the weenie magic of the big dog to it, we figured it had to be done.
The big dog.
Also,
every time before I
Rafe,
take my pants off.
You'll like this even more.
Time for the weenie magic of the big dog.
Do you know the name of their high school?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Okay.
It's the place is called Seaman High School.
Get the hell out!
In the
Stop, Moon. You stop this right
This
now.
is too on the nose.
I promise.
You stop this.
I
it's
promise.
Wednesday.
SEAMA.
Seaman High School in
Seaman High School in
Dongtown, Texas.
Yeah, Dongtown, Texas.
Kansas.
Dong Strava is the
Kansas.
principal.
I promise, man. That's the truth. Good God. Yeah. No, I mean, you got to get clever. That would be so fun. So
What did she say?
I guess it was just in town, and they said, "Yo, will you take us to prom tomorrow?" And they said, "Yeah, it's a great idea."
Nice.
Really awesome.
Oh, goodness. In good news, a utility worker in Phoenix is a hero after rescuing a toddler just seconds before this kid ran into traffic. Robert Butler spotted the child running alone towards a busy intersection. He pulled over and was able to grab the toddler before it was too late. Here is Robert. I'm sure from one perspective, it probably looked like he was trying to steal the kid, but check this out.
Thinking back on it now, I'm not sure if it was God or something, was divine intervention. I don't know. But there was something that day that was off the normal that just put me at that, I guess, the right place at the right time. Just think about, when I get home and my son's happy to see me. Just thinking that little boy can be happy to see his parents or whoever.
Where were the parents, speaking of them? Why is there a tot on the highway?
Divine invention.
Yeah, well, I know. He misspoke there. He did say that he got out of his vehicle and he just heard a woman screaming, and that was the child's mom. And then he ran and grabbed it, and she came over, claimed her kid, and took off.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, thanks. See ya.
Don't just scream, lady. Go get your kid. What do you...
This is who did this. Don't give me back to her.
I'm trying to get away from her.
He's like giving a thumbs up, and the kid's like, why would you do this to me?
Speaking of why would you do this to me, I know you're not a fan, dude. You are angry with Southwest Airlines, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in them more than anything. But yeah,
Well,
I'm not real keen on Southwest flying the friendly skies right now.
Well, on Monday, Southwest Airlines rolled out some new rules to keep lithium battery fires off their planes. And the airline is not trying to be a buzzkill, but they're responding to a massive spike in battery-related incidents like smoke and fire on flights, which jumped by 42% just last year. So here it is. You are now limited to one portable power bank per passenger. This is actually stricter than the international recommendation of 2. You can use your power bank to charge your phone, but you cannot plug the power bank into the plane's seat outlet to recharge it, which is crazy. I just did that. You can't tuck your charger into an overhead bin or check it in your luggage. It has to stay with you in the cabin, and Southwest wants you to keep it out in the open while using it so flight attendants can spot any smoke immediately. Why the crackdown? They're saying it all comes down to safety. They're seeing a lot more people carrying a lot more tech than ever. Lithium batteries can be volatile. Last year alone, there were 100 reported battery incidents on planes. In one scary case in South Korea, a battery fire actually burned through a plane's roof before takeoff. What? Southwest's goal is to make sure that if a battery does overheat, the crew can catch it real quick, toss it into a fire-resistant bag that they now have, and get it under control before things get crazy. Will they be searching bags? Probably not.
Okay. Did you guys see that there was an article yesterday about researchers have now used dirt to create batteries. So they're trying to get rid of the lithium and all that stuff, and they can use dirt to power it. And it's a university that figured it out.
You're going to have to explain that to me.
I know. I don't know.
What?
Understand it. There's some chemical thing in dirt that they're using, and it's
Caca.
working. Well, it helps, hopefully.
So is Southwest doing anything about this? Yeah, they said that they're working on a major tech upgrade, and they plan to have in-seat power outlets installed on every single one of their planes by the middle of next year. That should take care of everything. And finally, it feels like we've been hearing rumors about a foldable iPhone since the dawn of time, but the wait might actually be over despite some engineering hiccups that everybody was worried about, some sort of delay. The latest word is that Apple is officially on track to drop its first ever foldable phone this September. If this interests you, well, we're talking about a massive launch alongside the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max. Huge move for Apple, especially since they've spent years watching Samsung and other brands refine their own folding screens from the sidelines. Now, Apple says that it's always been the perfectionist of the tech world. While other companies were rushing to get foldables into pockets, Apple is reportedly obsessed with a few specific problems, like the crease issue, the annoying little line in the middle of most folding phones. Apple is reportedly working on tech to make sure that that is practically invisible. They want this thing to last as long as a standard iPhone, which is a tall order when you're constantly bending glass. And they said that they'd rather be last to the party with a perfect device than first with a glitchy one. So don't expect to see these everywhere on day one because the tech is so complex. Sources say that initial production is going to be limited. They're going to do basically the ultimate status symbol device for the late 2026 season. Is anybody interested in this folded phones?
I don't think I am. Like, the only person I know that has one is AD. He's got like a Droid, and I see that, and it looks cool when he's looking at it or watching it because the screen is big and it can be unfolded. But I don't know. I feel like, why wouldn't you just get a flip phone if you want your phone to fold?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super.
And it seemed very thick.
Yeah.
It's like,
I do like the idea of knowing that your phone is off and closed. Because there's a lot of times that my face will accidentally open my iPhone and I'll look down and all my apps are shaking because I almost deleted them all.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's a good point.
And I don't know if it does that or not, but
we're all Apple users in here, right?
Yes.
Do you guys accidentally take a screenshot of your home screen like all the time?
Oh, yeah. I'll look through and I'll see a history. I'm like, how did I?
Dang it.
Yeah,
because you hit the buttons.
That's what we need in an upgrade is those to be automatically deleted because iPhone should know that was a goof.
That was a silly thing.
That was a goof.
Yeah.
All right, and that is your news. Okay, stay right there. We're going to get to some of your emails next, and then we're going to go right into it and start talking to Chelsea Handler right here on the Rizz Show. Hang tight. Welcome back to the Rizzuto Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a first. 12 years of doing this show, I don't think we've had any celebrity of this status call in early. Early. We've had a lot of people in studio, a lot of people call. But ladies and gentlemen, comedian, actress, writer, producer, television host, and master of so many things. On the phone with us, Chelsea friggin' Handler. Chelsea, how you doing?
Good morning.
Hi, Chelsea.
Good morning.
How are you?
Guys. How are you? I'm up. I'm awake.
Okay, good. Yeah, things are great here. You're coming through on the High and Mighty Tour, hitting the Factory, Chesterfield. That's this Friday, April 24th. And just coincidentally, your best buddy, Josh Wolf, who we've had on the show many times, is also going to be in town. Was that planned?
Oh, God, no. I'm just learning about this now. Now he's going to want to hang out. Did you tell him this information as well?
We're going to tell him.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, he gets back to us a few days late. He's been late to this show. He's not showed up. He's not showed up to a cruise that one of our co-hosts was doing with him.
I did a comedy cruise he was supposed to be on, and I was like, you're starting to get a rep, bud.
Oh, and then he bailed? That's funny. You know what? I have a residency in Vegas, and he lives in Vegas now. And one weekend, he was like making a big deal about seeing me. He's like, Bethany and I want to come out to your show. And then he didn't show up to that either.
I'm starting to think this is a Josh Wolf problem.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Well, he's scheduled to show up.
Sounds like it. He's getting it. Yeah, that's weird. Maybe something's going on with him. I don't know.
We'll set up a dinner for you guys. We'll tell him that it starts an hour before it does. Hopefully he's on time for you.
I've lost interest in spending time with him, so don't bother.
Okay,
great. God,
that's amazing. Well, you're amazing, Chelsea. We know that you love to travel. I was watching you on Jimmy Kimmel talking about this trip you did from Jamaica to Finland to Istanbul. You saw the Northern Lights. Now you're coming back to St. Louis. So what's your honest impression of St. Louis, our city, and what drugs will you be bringing with you this time?
Well, I can't publicly if you saw me on Kimmel, then you know that I can't publicly say that I travel with drugs. But let's just say they'll be there when I get there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
we see.
Okay. So also, just to all the people coming to the show, you are welcome to bring your drugs to the stage and give them to me. That's become a little bit of a tradition on the High and Mighty Tour.
I will do that on Friday.
and thank you, and I receive it with grace. But yes, actually, the High and Mighty Tour is a lot about my overseas travel and my spreading of joy and sunshine vis-a-vis LSD, MDMA, whatever I choose for the moment. I want to help heal the world, and I want to help apologize for our country.
And you shouldn't. And you know what? I'm a big proponent. I've said it on this show. I missed the old pressed pills of the late 90s and early aughts. And, all this MDMA now, I'm like, I want somebody to give me something called a blue Nike, and I don't know what's in it. I like to take the ride. You know what I mean? Buy the ticket, take the ride, Chelsea. You're old school, and I dig that about you.
Well, there's also all these new drugs that are out now. There's like 2C, there's 3-MMC. I'm like, wait, what? I can't keep up with all these new drugs, and I'm usually at the forefront. I consider myself like a farm-to-table gynecologist.
I would be curious whether you or Joey Diaz gets the most drugs thrown at them at a show. It would be, it's probably neck and neck.
That would be a good experiment.
Well, you're coming.
Yeah.
You're coming to a fantastic venue. The factory is beautiful. You're going to have a good time. What are people going to expect? I mean, you've talked so much chaos. You've now kind of gone into the wisdom realm. Is it going to be a kind of a dangerous mix of both? What should we expect from this show?
It's a nice reprieve from the world that we're living in. It's a nice reminder about joyfulness, happiness, laughter. No, it's me at talking about all my shenanigans that I get up to. I have a magnetic attraction to nonsense. So I have a lot of stories from all my travels this past year, and I share them. I've edited a lot of people out of my family because I've had enough. I talk a lot about that and the need for family editing. I didn't marry my husband, my brothers and sisters' spouses. You know what I mean? They did. And I feel like I've extended my generosity for plenty of time. I have time for dogs and I have time for lovers. And that's pretty much where I am in terms of my personal life. Like I decided once I hit 50, I was like, listen, I am only going to have a good time moving forward. I'm not hanging out with anyone I don't want to hang out with, and I'm not going to do anything that I don't want to do. So there's a real sense of freedom in that, and I just like to inject all the people in my audience with that kind of unapologetic life. You know what I mean? We're all going to die soon anyway. The world's about to end, so we may as well have a good time on our way out.
Okay,
yes.
Chelsea, you're my hero, all right? I'm 41 years old. I read your book last year. I'll have what she's having. You talk about your personal stories with love and your family. It's my favorite thing that you talk about. I was crying laughing about your Andrew Cuomo stories, about you getting high and then accidentally walking into George W. Bush's house and looking at art with him. And this is like the former president of the United States, and you were like super stoned. I love that you go skiing in Whistler with your dogs, topless, with a joint in hand down a mountain. You're everything that I want to be in my life, but I feel like I've been too afraid to. And so, yes, everything you're saying is the reason that I'm coming out on Friday. And I'm dragging my best friend and her husband who's never seen you before. And he is so scared about what he is going to be sitting through. So if you have any advice about that, like women bringing a spouse or somebody, a man in their life that maybe doesn't know about you as much, what would you say to those men in particular?
First of all, I would say if you are intimidated or scared of a powerful woman or a confident woman, then that's a you problem, A. B, coming with your wife or your girlfriend to my show as a straight male is going to end well for you at the end of the night. So both of those things are true at the same time.
What if I come solo, stag?
Then you're probably, you know what, listen, my show is filled with so many women that you will be very, very happy.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
Selection.
Yeah, he'll be able to take a lover.
That's actually a great idea for single guys who are looking for women.
That is a good idea.
Yeah. You should come to my show, but don't be disgusting.
That's not my bag.
Sorry.
No.
Well, hey, thank you so much for your time. But before I let you go, I mean, you were talking about all the crazy stuff, the traveling, the ecstasy, the sailing, the naked skiing, all that. Is there anything left on your bucket list? I mean, you said it yourself that we're all going to die soon, and we gotta do these things. So, what's left on your bucket list, and is there anything that scares you?
I mean, yes, lots of things scare me. Heli skiing scares me, but I still do it all the time. My bucket list, I mean, listen, this isn't probably what you meant, but I'm about to film a show for Hulu that I star in. I've never acted in a show, as a star. So that's exciting, and that's kind of something I've never done before. So I'm like, oh, that's going to be new. But I always kind of keep it fresh. If I haven't done something, I always try to do it. You know, I like to be open-minded, not narrow. I want to expand and not contract. So that's kind of my MO. I just do things that I haven't done before so that I keep things moving. Otherwise, I get very bored very easily.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you for being here on the Rizzuto Show. Can't wait to see you on Friday at the Factory. You got the Dear Chelsea podcast. You know, last year's Netflix special is on. It's called Chelsea Handler: The Feeling. And then, of course, everybody's going to come out and see you at the Factory and see if Josh Wolf shows up after or before one of his shows over at the Funny Bone. Thank you for being with us. Anything else you want to talk about, or what you got?
Nope, that sounds good, guys. I'll see you there.
Chelsea
Chelsea.
freaking Handler.
Love her.
How cool is that, man?
She is seriously like, because if you follow her on any of the socials, I mean, her going up to Whistler, Canada, and just being free. Like, she's just free jugging, and she's just living her damn life to the fullest. And she has such a great family.
Yeah.
And, you know, she doesn't have kids. And she's talked about this before, like in her latest book. She's dated a guy that she doesn't name, and she doesn't give these girls away like what their names are, but she calls them Oopsie, Poopsie, and Whoopsie. And she is so maternal to these girls and like takes them on vacation still and like is very much involved in their life. And I don't know.
And
she's
it's
just,
his kids?
And it's his kids.
Oh,
and
okay.
she's got a great relationship with her former
That's great.
boyfriend. I don't know. It's just really cool to me that she's so loving and giving and just living her damn life.
Yeah, that's super cool. She does. I mean, whether you agree with her or not on certain things, she is one of the seemingly the most authentic and self-aware people,
Well,
out there, which is pretty rad.
I also relate to her in a way that, like, I was going to ask her about it, but there's too much going on. But that she got her start in comedy because she got a DUI in L.A. and went to a DUI class and made a mandatory class and was making everybody laugh with her stories. And I was like, you can't go to Canada either.
How did you get in there?
Chelsea, help me get into
I think,
Canada.
she has dual citizenship now, I think.
Does
in
she
Canada.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's how you do it.
You know, personally, I'm
Ski
not
through topless, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
There
no
you go.
kidding. Personally, I'm not a fan of the drug use, but like the fact that she's so unapologetic about it and just out there about her life, like you got to respect that stuff.
I do.
You got to respect that stuff. It's so funny with the Josh Wolf thing. I figured she probably didn't know that he was in town at the same time.
That's awesome.
Now she can't unknow that. Now she's
gonna
like,
go.
where is he?
Yeah, well, let's take a break and we'll do emails right after. Welcome back to the Rizzuto Show. Let's get into some emails. RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com. You can always email us all your things, and we'll solve the world's problems one question at a time. It's all sponsored by 123 Mortgage. Reach out to Kevin to make your mortgage a win. 123mortgage.com. All right, we're going to start with this one. Been saving this one for a minute, but I feel like you're revved up. We've just talked about the airlines. Morning, all. Team Rizz member Brandon here. Just wanted to call out Rafe's nonsense about this not needing a real ID. It has to be the fact that he has TSA pre-check, because I recently flew from St. Louis to Columbus, Ohio with a paper copy receipt of my real ID, and TSA instantly asked, well, did you pay the $45 yet? So I had to pay, and the $45 is good for 10 days. Brandon. So he's saying it's serious, and it's already cost him.
Sounds like you're a sissy, Brandon.
What's your score now on...
Why would you go with a paper cop? Like, paper copy, man.
Well, that's
Come
what they give
on.
you, the temporary.
Well,
The
guess
temporary
what?
ID?
You
Yeah.
technically had your real ID, and they still charge you. So congratulations, dumbass.
Well, that is true.
Brandon, I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to rail against the system, but you did save us my nonsense. I am pretty much undefeated. I had one.
What do you mean, pretty much?
I had one person call me on it so far and was like, "You got to get it."
And that
They
was
still
it.
let me through.
They just scolded you and let you through?
They scolded me and let me through.
Give
Oh, well,
you
then
a
that's
You
a
charm
win.
people, though.
Yeah, that's a
not
win.
everybody's got the charm.
I think
You know
it's
what
just-
I mean?
You just
You gotta act
don't
like
bend, don't break.
you gotta act like you know what you're doing and just walk through confidently. And they're like,
I'm like,
"Well,
I got
this is supposed-"
pre-check. The pre-check has my passport. I've got a known traveler number. That's my argument when I go up there.
I wonder, though, if you didn't have that, if you would get hassled more.
Yeah.
Probably, but I don't know. There's people telling me they're getting pulled aside at pre-check. I did. What airport was it? I was actually surprised at the airport that did it. It was a small one.
Yeah, because they got
Dang it.
fewer
I
things
can't remember.
going on.
I was going to text our group thread and be like, the first time I ever got like pulled. That they pulled, they were like, gave me some pushback, and I thought I was going to get sent through the regular line, but they didn't do it.
I'm just waiting for the day, man, that you got some shows in some crazy place. They're going to be great shows. And then you're here. They're like, what are you doing here? You're like, oh, they stopped me, and I need a real ID to get out of this town.
Yeah. It was on the way home, too. It wasn't a leaving St. Louis. It was a coming back from. Gosh, I think it was like, you know where it was? It was Spokane. Which, when I went to Idaho, and I was like, didn't think this was going to be the little rinky-dink airport was going to call me out for the real ID.
Yeah, well, let that be a lesson before you get stuck in Lincoln, Nebraska or something.
I mean, yeah, they're probably going to make us get them, man. Fine. But it's like, I'm not,
You'll be the last one.
I'll hold the line.
You'll be the last one.
Boots on the ground. You ever seen that movie where Mel Gibson is the first one with the boots on the ground, the last one off?
Oh, yeah.
Soldiers? That's me with the real ID.
That's awesome.
All right, Mel, answer this. Ladies and gents, I got a topic for discussion with you. What are some of the foods that you like better when they're actually not gourmet, like homemade or not gourmet, more like homemade or Hoosiered up a bit? Here's a couple that come to mind for me. Philly cheesesteak sandwich. The greasier, the better. A nasty pizza, like a huge Casey's pizza.
Yeah.
A cheeseburger. I love what I refer to as the Eddie Murphy cheeseburger from Raw, where the burger is thick and greasy, and it's on Wonder Bread, and it's pink from the ketchup seeping through.
Yeah, it's got green peppers hanging out of it.
Yep, looking forward to the discussion. I was going to say,
love it.
A Hoosier burger, which is, I made burgers and I forgot to get buns. So you just get a piece of old bread that gets soggy immediately from the heat of the burger.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
the old,
I like that.
I'll be honest, I kind of
the bread gets sticky.
I don't like too much bun. Like we've run amok with brioche. I'll say it. I don't need I don't need the bun to be so big that there's no mouth on earth that could possibly contain this burger. They've just gotten out of control with like the top bun. It's crazy. I don't need a 4-inch thick top bun on a burger. That's an insane amount of bread.
I was having this exact conversation about brioche earlier in the week because I love French toast with just a soggy ass piece of Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
I don't need some thick cut
Let's go.
sourdough brioche bish. Like I don't need any of that. I just need like a thin, soggy, gross, buttered up cinnamon.
At best, a piece of Texas toast. At best.
At best, but not even that. I don't even.
That's a
just
healthy
give me
boy
the
one.
thin
I agree.
sandwich slice
I like
French
the
toast.
thin. Me too, because it breaks apart. It's a perfect bite.
Yes.
And it feels like you get to eat it longer. Like when you get to this French toast where it's like super thick and it's just too much, and you get through half a piece and you're like, I'm so full.
Right.
Well, Lion's Choice rolled out. Remember that? There was a special sandwich they had a while back that was on regular bread like that.
You talking about on the Texas toast? That's the remix.
The remix. That's what
brother,
we had.
it's
Yes.
so good.
Yeah.
It's so
that
good.
one is so good.
Oh, it's still going. It's like a menu
That's
favorite.
right. I saw the billboard.
Oh,
on
the
that.
remix is great.
By the way, I just got to say, if we're talking about hamburgers, and I know we're supposed to, the Hoosier ones, then this one might be a little too fancy.
Okay.
But Woofie's seriously has the best hamburger on the planet.
Really?
Yeah.
King
I just had it for the first time.
The hot dog place over in Overland.
Yes. I just had it for the first time 2 weeks ago. Now, it's one of those where you're not going to be able to eat it and drive. It's it's a mess, but it is so good. It's basically the Chicago dog with a hamburger.
Yeah, I like a good cheeseburger with that just melted regular bread, where the bread is just sogged out. Like you got to almost hurry to get it in before the bread is just glue.
Doesn't bother me.
I kind of
like when the bread holds in the.
Me too.
The Wonder Bread and white bread, if you smash it down around, like, I want my fingerprints. I want my belly to know who made this because it's covered in my fingerprints.
It's like a Mission Impossible
my belly
sandwich.
to be like, forensics have come back on this bread. Rafe made this sandwich because I have my big-ass handprints on the top. And I put my little finger hole, and then your finger, it's almost like your personal hand grip on the burger.
Yeah. Yeah, your
and it
fingerprints
holds all
are
the
in there.
ingredients in. So if you're putting a bunch of stuff on top, you got green peppers in the burger.
Maybe this is.
And the condiments coagulate, and it's just like, it basically You're basically making a burger uncrustable.
I like
Is
a
this
hot
the
dog.
end of-
I like a hot dog in a regular piece of bread.
Yeah.
For the same
too.
reasons,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you
Childhood.
basically make a coat that just sucks onto the hot dog, and
Yeah,
then now you got
It ain't slipping no
And
more.
if you're
it
like,
becomes one
ooh.
food rather than a hot dog on a bun.
And
What
it's a
if-
great way to save money because that was my parents' trick. We didn't buy buns. It was
No.
everything was always on the white bread.
Always.
Yeah, me too. I thought that was the standard.
Yeah.
And then when you go somewhere and they're like, "Oh, here's a bun," I was like, "Whoa, look at this fancy."
That was the filler at our dinner table. It was butter bread.
Yes, butter bread.
There's always a loaf of bread on the table, and if things got thin, it's like you can have as much butter bread as you want.
Yeah.
And then
It's
you just,
delicious.
that would always be like a side.
All right, we're always talking about two things on the show. One is food. The other is music. So here's one. Hey, gang, my friends and I discussed this over the weekend. What is the most absurd song that you've ever heard? And I don't necessarily mean bad. I mean something that's just so ridiculous, bonkers, and absurd that it's almost funny to listen to and it sticks in your mind.
You know what I like?
What's that?
Cat's Eye Gnarly.
What did you
They were
say?
on the Grammys, this past Grammys, and I didn't know of them because I'm old. And then these little cute biscuits of women come piling out of a door frame, every kind of woman you could want. And they started singing this gnarly song, and it was badass, and the dance moves, and I don't know.
Can I play this on the radio?
There's an can you look up Gnarly Clean? Do Gnarly Clean on YouTube.
Gnarly Clean.
Because there is some F-bombs.
Gnarly
But I really enjoy
Clean
it, and I listen to
version.
it all the time, and it's absurd.
Oh, dude, the very first thing that I thought of was this song. And tell me if you guys know.
Did you
this
just pull
song.
up My Boy?
Hang on. This is the one that.
Vita. This is Vita. He's awesome.
This song is so ridiculous, but I kind of like it.
This is the one I mixed in Angel on My Mind.
I don't mind it.
And Glenn Campbell. And
This is the Russian guy that comes out. He's got like a star on his head. He goes.
Yeah, I got the DJ over at Pops, and I did a mashup of this with Gentle on My Mind from Glenn Campbell.
Do you know the chorus of this, Learn?
No, I don't. I've never heard this before.
Look at this video first of all. Here it goes.
Yes.
Wait.
I love it.
Dude, and he's a weird, creepy looking dude.
Yeah.
He's got a crazy good voice.
Techno is back, man. I'm having a real resurgence.
Deep dive on Vita.
Even the after party at Moon Tower, it was like a young DJ, she looked like Charlie XCX, like young hot girl, and
Yeah.
they were playing Sandstorm, Better Off Alone. I'm like, it's all back.
Robotics.
Here we go.
Fried chicken.
Gnarly.
Party to Hollywood Hills. This song.
Just
Oh my
wait.
God, that you speak. God, is this real? Oh, we're in a session tonight. Gang, gang. Oh, we're going out tonight. Gang, gang. Oh my God, this song.
This is your style, Learn?
It's not, but I like it.
Like, gang. Gang, 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 gang.
Here
By
we go.
the way, what's even crazier is the cover of this clean version is a sandwich being cut in half. Exactly
Why
what we were
not?
just talking about.
Howdy, howdy.
And they're honestly, if you missed the Grammys because nobody watches anymore. The performance they did to this song was the introduction I had to them, and it made me. I was like, I have to know these girls. They are just so cool. The choreography, the song was weird. It's definitely not what I normally listen to, but I'll bang the hell out of this in my TLX coming into work in the morning, and it puts me in a good mood.
Well, they had a couple of examples that came up in their conversation, but I can't even play any of it.
Yeah.
There was one called Torso F, if you know what I'm saying. That's the name of the band, and they just said, here's our examples. Happy Monday, sent from my 1997 Pontiac Sunfire. Thanks for the email.
The Mollusk from Ween.
You know a song that I like that's, if you look at the lyrics, it's absurd, is Run DMC's You Be Illin'. Do you remember that song?
You be illin'.
Yeah. I used to memorize
We
that
be
song and
illin'.
be like, it's like, God, what is it? Like, one day while I was chilling in Kentucky Fried Chicken, minding my own business, having fun and finger licking. A guy walks in, strange and kind of funny, walks up to the counter with a menu and his money. What he didn't walk straight, kind of side to side. Then he asked the counter lady, yeah, is this Kentucky Fried?
Yes.
Young girl smiled at him. The dumb guy smiled back, put a quarter in his order. Small fries, Big Mac, you be illin'. And I started
That's
listening to the lyrics,
sweet.
and I'm like, it's tight, but it's the dumbest song ever.
That's
You actually just rattling
pretty
that
great.
off was very
I
impressive.
think you just
that
sold
was
some
awesome.
records.
It
Who
was
was that?
Run DMC.
Run DMC, dude. That was like off one of their original albums. And I'm like, if you look back at it, it's so silly and absurd. The whole show is just about like your breath stinking. And like every verse on it is just about like somebody doing something dumb. Like there's no true substance to the song, but it's got a good hook. That's OG Rick Rubin, dude.
I'm going to be listening to Run DMC.
You gotta.
You be illin' later. All right, thanks, guys. That's your emails. We'll take one more break and we'll come back and wrap it up. All right, that is it for us today. Except our Team Rizz member today picked like a 3-minute song, so it gives us a couple extra minutes to talk. And what better thing to talk about on this show than food news?
Food news.
And I just went to the doc, had the blood draw, had the whole thing.
Yes.
And he says, hey, man, you got to cut out some carbs, man. Like, you got to reduce a little bit of your cholesterol. Your triglycerides are ever so slightly high. So, of course, the first thing I read the day after that is about how Lay's is dropping 40 new freaking chip flavors that I
And you
gotta
are
try.
a chip queen,
I'm a
dude.
chip guy,
You
dude.
love chips.
I do. I love a good chip. And Lay's is good. I mean, OG Lay's. So they're going absolutely insane for the World Cup, rolling out 40 different chip flavors inspired by countries around the world. 40. That's not a snack. That's That's a full tour. That's a tour of Earth.
On Earth Day.
Okay, so here's the main ones that we're getting in the U.S. The first three are, the first one is Brazilian style garlic sauce, which is basically garlic butter, cheese, and a little lemon.
Get out of here.
Sorry, Doc. It's going to have to wait.
My triglycerides are going through the roof.
Yeah, that one does sound dangerous. Like if you open a bag, it's going to be suddenly gone around me. French onion soup, which, I mean, that's got to be just similar to French onion, right?
Yeah. I bet that's delicious, though.
Yeah, it sounds like a dad flavor for sure. And then they're bringing back something called Argentinian steak with chimichurri.
Go on.
Which is basically aggressive meat-flavored chips. But I do feel like it almost has like that kind of tang, that like Argentinian
like the sauce, like
steak or something.
Yeah, steak sauce.
A little aggressive meat flavor.
I just like just a straight up nacho cheese Dorito. That's what, you want me to finish a bag in one sitting, just hand me one of those.
Yeah,
That's me.
That's what you're bringing to the World Cup?
Yeah.
They're actually suggesting that you take the French onion ones and crackle them up and put them in soup.
Say less.
I know. And then they say crumble the steak ones into mac and cheese.
I thought they say crumble it into a trash can.
Just crumble it into my mouth.
They're saying, hey, you can do it 100 different ways, but chips can now be ingredients. More so just on your kids. Like, remember how you used to put it like on a burger or something when you were
on
a
a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you're planning a World Cup party, go crazy. 40 different bags of chips and a dream now. It's totally possible. Also, anybody? I mean, we're all pasta people in here. Obviously, Rizz, had his bottom bottom of the barrel that he admits when he was leaned back in his bed watching a movie and realized he had spaghetti on his chest.
His bare chest.
He was eating spaghetti with his shirt off in bed. And wouldn't it be great if you could ban cell phones from the dinner table and still have electronics device spy on everything you say? Well, Prego pasta, yes. Prego pasta sauce is coming to the rescue. Check this out.
Fantastic.
Prego just announced a new device called the Conversation Keeper. Remember how earlier we were talking about the Meta glasses being creepy glasses? Mm-hmm. Well, this thing records what you say at the dinner table intentionally. It's a puck-shaped device that it looks like a lid of a Prego jar.
Okay.
You press a button on the top of the puck, and it records your dinner conversation.
Why would we want to do that?
Well, for real conversations and the family dinners, and you can have memories preserved from your family dinners.
Well, I have that. Like, my grandpa used to do that with, like, a tape recorder. So I have all these moments of rooms that he would just, like, randomly record.
Yeah.
That was like an old person thing before, like, the internet existed.
This is to record dinner table chats, and it will hold up to 8 hours of audio. And it also has chimes if you hit a little button that will spark real conversations, like, how was school today? Or is something wrong with your mother's green beans?
They already have this. So I have the Bluetooth spatula where it records everything. And
that's wild.
I think this is super creepy. It only costs $20. You got to act fast, though. They're only going to sell about 100 of them.
I don't think we need to be recording anything anymore. The glasses, the Prego cup. There's a new technology out there where they're designing a beanie hat that will read your mind and like translate it to text, which I do think is great for people who maybe are paralyzed and still, have their minds with them. I think that's amazing as a medical technology. But as far as just like selling it on the streets and like putting a cap on somebody and reading their mind and translating it to text, no thanks. Not for me.
Oh, especially think about it. If it could do that and you want to steal someone's information, you kidnap them, you do that and you ask them questions and they try not to think of it, you try not to, and things pop
They're
up
trying
and
to
they
steal
can
our
get it all.
thoughts.
Remember the whole Red Lobster all-you-can-eat endless shrimp promotion thing?
How could I forget?
Well, it was a longtime favorite that eventually joined the permanent menu in 2023. Fans loved the chain's endless shrimp so much that making the deal permanent cost the company $11 million. And it may have led to the 2024 bankruptcy filing. Now, there's a lot to unpack here that we don't have time in the whole Red Lobster saga. But after a few years of begging, now that Red Lobster's CEO is talking about it, They are plotting the greatest comeback in the history of restaurant industry.
Go.
Endless Shrimp is going to be back with 5 options. In addition to Red Lobster's beloved shrimp linguine Alfredo pasta, fried Walt's favorite shrimp, buttery garlic shrimp scampi, and Parrot Isle coconut shrimp with a pina colada sauce. Customers can also enjoy a new Marry Me shrimp as part of this deal. The internet-famous Marry Me recipe, it features an herby sun-dried tomato and cream base that has been served as everything from, chicken, shrimp, soups, and dips. Now Red Lobster is adding to the tomato cream sauce to its beloved shrimp, all topped with garlic and like this herb crumble. So they're saying that they're going to bring this thing back nationwide eventually, but for right now it's a limited time thing. So if you've been missing those bottomless shrimp dinners from the chain, now's your chance to enjoy the sweet deal again and maybe put them out of business again.
Is it true they're doing it's like a fountain soda where you go up, you just push the thing you want the flavors come out and the shrimp just falls out of it?
That'd be so weird. And in good news, to wrap up, researchers at the University of Illinois, right on the other side of the river here, have figured out how to use microwave heating to perfect the French fry. The idea is simple. You start off by frying it traditionally to get that crunch, and then you use microwave heating to control how much oil gets inside of the fry. Since microwaves heat from the inside first, it creates pressure that actually pushes oil out instead of letting it soak in, which should result in fries that cook faster and absorb less oil. So this is a way to make French fries healthier, they say. They say that this could be added to existing fryers, so it shouldn't disrupt the food industry too much, but that would be interesting and maybe good for my doctor.
Outstanding.
All right, let's wrap up with the Team Rizz member of the day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. It's Ben DeCourcy from Alton, Illinois. Before we close it out, the clip of the day is brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And the podcast, of course, wherever you download podcasts, sponsored by Dobbs Tire and Auto. And the title is?
Weenie Magic and the Big Dog with Chelsea Handler.
That's right. Big thanks to Chelsea Handler for being on the show
Yes,
today.
can't wait to see her on Friday.
And we will see you tomorrow. One of the greatest picks from Team Rizz member history. Ben has picked Sabotage from Beastie Boys.
Get your
We'll see you
mustaches
tomorrow.
out. Let's go.
Donnie Fandango's up next.